From the dawn of time, mankind has enjoyed the blessings provided by the natural environment as a member of the ecosystem on this earth. However, modern farming techniques include use of pesticides and chemical fertilizers to provide stable production and increased yield. This has impoverished our farmland and even affected the well-being of farmers, to the point we now confront the ideals of truly healthy techniques. Kyusei nature farming is gaining much attention from diverse circles as an option now that many fear that the environment is endangered with our deeds. Founded in 1935 by Mokichi Okada, Kyusei nature farming promotes effective utilization of natural processes, and its techniques have been constantly improved over the years. This eventually led to the implementation of EM technology that meets the needs of environmental protection. Today, Kyusei nature farming is gaining global attention for their epochal innovations. There are 5 goals that Kyusei nature farming strive for. 1. Produce quality foods for people to remain healthy. 2. Be economical and beneficial to both producer and consumer. 3. Be sustainable and easy to practice by everyone. 4. Always respect nature and protect the environment. 5. Produce enough food for the growing world population. Kyusei nature farming capable of satisfying these 5 conditions have been implemented in Asia and around the world with remarkable results. Myanmar is an agricultural nation in Asia where 80% of the 50 million population are farmers. Promotion of agriculture has been hailed as the pillar project of national relief, and EM technology is coming to play a vital role in these programs that are heightening with significance. EM production in Myanmar started in 1993. Today, EM has become an indispensable need in industries around the country. This EM factory switched to mass production this year. A total of 12,000 of these 130-liter plastic containers, amounting to 160 tons, are used to produce EM under the instruction of the Japanese Kyusei nature farming researchers. From October 1997, monthly production is expected to rise to 200 tons to meet the ever-increasing domestic demands. To support this project, 2 4-wheel drive trucks were contributed by the International Nature Farming Research Center in Japan to help promote agricultural betterment in the fields. After traveling 350 kilometers north of Yangon, along the rice fields of vast flatland, past the beautiful site of paddies in several villages is Yadashi rich with sugarcanes. This is Yudashi Sugar Mill, the highest regarded model plant in Myanmar, surrounded by vast fields of sugar canes. 1,600 employees process 1,500 tons per day of sugarcane, with a yield of 150 tons per day of sugar. The products from this factory not only satisfy domestic consumption, but are also exported, and thus are an important source of commerce to procure foreign funds as well. Pinmana, 50 kilometers away from the sugar mill, is the site of a sugarcane experiment farm using EM bokashi. When using chemical fertilizers, the height of the stalk, excluding the leaves, stops at 2.43 meters, while use of EM bokashi has amounted to a height of 2.74 meters as of September, which is expected to reach 3.65 meters since they will continue to grow until February next year. EM bokashi raised canes have grown taller than the roof and even above the electricity wires. Astounded of the extraordinary results, neighboring farmers have flocked here to learn the techniques to produce EM bokashi. Mr. Myo Hain states that this agricultural experiment station of the Myanmar Sugarcane Enterprise is the site in which the Minister of Agriculture and other top officers of the Ministry of Agriculture stopped by after the sugar mill. And the results, as seen forthrightly, not only provoke interest but arouse satisfaction, therefore heightening expectations toward EM. This is Yezin Institute of Agriculture, about 400 kilometers north of Yangon. 4 major research sectors, including agriculture, forestry, and animal husbandry, are mainly studied here. From the institute, far into the mountains of the Shan mountain range, borders China, Laos, and Thailand. We interviewed Professor Cho Cho Min that studies EM utilization technology and overall agriculture at the Institute.
The use of effective microorganisms in rice production was first tested in this university farm on a small scale in 1991, and the results produced positive effect of effective microorganisms in rice production, and that led to the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between the government of the Union of Myanmar and International Nature Farming Research Center in Japan and Asia Pacific Natural Agriculture Network in Thailand.
EM technology providing non-polluting, safe, and low-cost features is expected to spawn futuristic agricultural techniques that provide both high quality and superior productivity in Myanmar, a country in which 80% of the population are farmers. It is everyone's hope that agricultural production suiting the natural environment is handed down to the children to create an agricultural nation that is rich in spirit. Bangkok, the capital of Thailand, is congested with traffic and high-risers as it continues to enjoy rapid economic growth as one of the members of Southeast Asia. "95% of Thailand's population of 60 million are deeply religious Buddhists, and the religion continues to be an important part of daily living that greatly affects social and cultural attitudes. With roughly half of the labor force in farming, Thailand strives to correct the income imbalance through projects focused on agricultural development, as well as incorporation of Kyusei nature farming and policies for agricultural betterment. The Saraburi Kyusei Nature Farming Center is located 130 kilometers from Bangkok. This is where Kyusei nature farming originated in Thailand, and the center plays a leading role to teach EM utilization skills to neighboring countries. Both domestic and foreign training participants are accepted at this center for hands-on training and a study tour around the facilities that have gained high regards from both domestic and foreign agricultural circles and governments around the world. The EM Bokashi factory at the center produces EM Bokashi that are affordably distributed along with culture mediums to farmers and environmentalists, along with technical advice to benefit many appreciative users. This is Saraburi Agricultural Vocational High School. Here, they learn EM utilization skills based on Kyusei nature farming concepts. Practical training and diverse farming skills are also provided, and their results have been highly regarded by the government and Ministry of Agriculture. Today, it has grown to be one of the important schools in Thailand. We have arrived at the La Kaban garbage disposal site, 40 kilometers from Bangkok City. Bangkok generates 8,000 tons of waste per day, and 3,000 tons are brought to this dumping ground. Initially, many factories around the dump site complained about the foul odor and flies, confronting the dump to close down. And the problem soon intensified to the point that loud movements requested that the site be relocated. This is when we met Dr. Art, advisor of Saraburi Kyusei Nature Farming Center, Mr. Chinakorn indicates, who learned about EM and started using it in the dump site under the guidance of Dr. Art. As a result, the foul odor disappeared, flies disappeared, the complaints disappeared, and even the air of the dump site was improved. We've both been surprised and overjoyed with the effects of EM, he emphasizes. We visited a mushroom in Nikhom Lopburi, known to have reduced disease and pests and yield high quality and large harvest with EM use. Mr. Yonyu, the owner of the plantation, ferments sawdust, steam sterilizes it in a bottle, spawns it, and keeps it in the darkroom for cultivation. Disease and pests are controlled by sprinkling diluted EM5 to maximize its performance, and the daily yield amounts to 300 packs, which is more than 100 kilograms of harvest that has even peaked to 250 kilograms per day on occasion. Mr. Konsom Pat, living in Nontadian Saraburi, breeds snapping turtles in an EM-treated pool. Prior to EM treatment, the emitted sludge-like foul odor massively attracted mosquitoes. The pleasure was that both foul odor and mosquitoes were eliminated after EM use. It takes about a year and a half until the turtles lay eggs. But after using EM, they spawn in 6 months. This has not only drastically increased the shipment load, but also augmented the income in which the entire family appreciates. Kuronyaikum village in Bampo, Chachansao bustles in breeding shrimp. Of the 100 shrimp breeders, 20 use EM in this village. We visited Mr. Roger Hanapon, one of the breeders. He noted that prior to EM use, foul odor was emitted from the water due to hydrogen sulfide and methane gas, causing some shrimp to die, and the problem seemed doomed since use of disinfectant chemicals was too costly. Mr. Roger Hanapon started breeding shrimps 4 years ago after borrowing rice fields cultivated with pesticides and chemical fertilizers, and his success is due to EM use from the beginning. EM bokashi was implemented throughout. It was mixed in the feeding and in the soil when the pool was dried. With EM use, the shrimps are brighter in color and shine, are heavier, tastier, and are traded at higher prices, yielding an annual income of about $200,000 US. A cassette siphon farm in Wangmai Wanafon of Sakeo Province. Mr. Anisit, the landlord of this plantation, owns a total of 400 hectares of private and corporate land. It is said to be the largest plantation in Thailand, in which many governmental officials periodically visit. 2 million pots of bamboo are raised here. When they grow to a moderate size, the substation of the Ministry of Agriculture buys them from Mr. Anisit and then provides them free of cost to other bamboo farmers as agricultural support. Every day, 30 tons of bamboo shoots are shipped from the corporate bamboo forest, while 2 to 12 tons are shipped daily from the private forest. EM-raised bamboo shoots tend to be better in quality than those raised with conventional methods, and the value is doubled at higher prices. We interviewed Mr. Anisit of the EM effects he noticed. We started using EM from 1994. For 8 years prior to that, we've been using pesticides and chemical fertilizers that accelerated the bamboo aging process, causing half of the bamboo to bloom and die. But we were able to revive the stalks with EM bokashi. This bamboo bloomed 3 times, but thrives because we use EM bokashi every time it flowers, he says. We visited a primary school that teaches EM in their curricula with good results. Wat Chai Kaung School in Chachansao Province is a very small school of 8 teachers, 43 students, and 1 janitor. Our production crew were the first foreigners that ever visited, and we were hospitably welcomed with a music performance using traditional music instruments. The teachers at this school train at the Kyusei Nature Farming Center to teach their students how to use EM in terms of theory and hands-on practice in agriculture class. Knowledge learned through this curricula is also playing an important role in environmental education as well. Vegetables are cultivated in the school farm, and fish bred in the pond under the guidance of the instructors. EM mixed lunch ingredients are produced by the students, which has alleviated some of the monetary burdens of the school. The education and learning how to raise crops and joys of eating what one made will surely become an invaluable experience that the students will treasure for a lifetime. Indonesia consists of roughly 13,700 small and large islands. With a population of 200 million, 160 million are farmers. With the support of the UNDP, United Nations Development Program, the Indonesian government, led by the Ministry of Agriculture, promotes the P4K project with the goal to save poverty-level farmers through agricultural policies that incorporate EM technology in programs to spread agricultural skills. We interviewed Mr. Tonton, an officer of the Ministry of Agriculture, and the Indonesia rep of APNAN concerning national agricultural policies of Indonesia.
To eradicate poverty, the government of Indonesia since 1979 applied several poverty projects, one of which implemented by Ministry of Agriculture is the income generating project for marginal farmers and landless, or we call it P4K. The target participant of the project are small farmers whose income below poverty line. We encourage them to choose group businesses, either in agriculture or non-agriculture. The most important thing is that the income of those farmers are increased. Many of the small farmer group business are in agriculture, and we encourage them to apply the low input and sustainable agriculture and environment. We choose the EM technology as a priority to support the productivity and the income of those small farmers.
This is the World-Kyusei Nature Farming Society's office. We asked Mr. Wididana of the future prospects in Indonesia using EM technology. We organized the Sustainable Earth Foundation for more effective EM activities. It is our goal to base this foundation for the P4K project and other large-scale agri-eco projects supported by the Ministry of Agriculture and UNDP to spread and to encourage these programs throughout Indonesia, he says. The next visit was to the Bantar Gebang landfill dump site, about 80 kilometers east of the capital, Jakarta. All types of waste amounting to 21,000 tons a day are collected here. This includes 90% of the metropolitan waste and industrial waste coming in diverse forms. According to Chief Rusty of the facilities, this landfill, built in 1989, was designed to meet the needs for 20 years. However, to their dismay, it is destined to be full in 15 years because of the unexpectedly high volumes of waste. This has forced them to construct another 100-hectare facility. Spraying diluted EM solution has reduced foul odor and flies. However, future plans to increase EM spraying were initially cut short due to a limited municipal budget that was eventually compensated with funds granted by the government and making it possible to effectively use EM this fiscal year. This is the Karuyan Nyata Agricultural Technology Training Center in Cinagara, Bogor City, south of Jakarta. This center is operated by contact farmers, whom are local farmers in leading roles, and the government that provide land and funds to teach agricultural skills to poverty-level farmers and apprentices. At this center, all participants, including training farmers, stay in an attractive guest room while undergoing training. All third-year agriculture high school students are required to undergo a 70-day training program to graduate. They come and stay at this center to learn EM utilization technology, Kyusei nature farming techniques, and how to make EM bokashi. Active efforts are always encouraged to spread EM around the locale. We have arrived at Mr. Yayan's fish breeding pond in Sukabumi, about 3 hours from Jakarta. The fish spawn on these coconut fibers adhered with EM that has drastically improved the spawning rate. It was noted that their previous shipment of 312,500 fish was almost doubled to 575,000 after using EM. The fry nursery is sprinkled with 300 kg of EM bokashi mix chicken manure per 10 Rs. And then it's sprayed with diluted EM prior to filling the pool. Use of EM in such manner has not only increased plankton growth in the pool for the fry to feed on, but has also enlarged their size and reduced disease. EM fry tend to be broader around the stomach compared to those without it, which has led to higher shipment efficiency. This is Mr. Enden's poultry farm. EM solution is sprayed every day. "3,000 chicken are raised here. Previously, neighbors complained about the foul odor, almost forcing Mr. Enden to close down his business. However, he emphasizes with joy that the foul odor has been eliminated with EM use started 2 years ago. He further notes his surprise that EM has reduced poultry diseases and eliminated the need for vaccination as well. What's more, the husk covering the floor that had to be changed once a week before need only be changed once every 2 weeks now, and thus cuts back on the labor necessary as well. And the fish feeding on EM bokashi husk dropping into the pond below tend to grow faster and larger. Mr. An of the Ministry of Agriculture emphasizes that he taught Mr. Enden EM utilization skills. That's right, Mr. Enden says, further noting that EM produced excellent results, and when sprayed on drinking water and husk, it prevented foul odor and diseases and also improved spawning. En route to Takalar along the coast of Sulawesi are vast salt fields that create a scenic sight. Ms. Lakmawati is appreciated by the villagers of Takalar for her EM training courses. First, we were shown a chili pepper farm. I trained this village to use EM. Since many farmers owned water buffaloes, we made EM bokashi from their manure and returned it to the fields. The chili pepper yield has tripled compared to pre-EM use, and each pepper is larger and more brilliant in color. We believe the field can be cultivated for the meantime, with the soil in the condition it is now, she says. A tomato field is next door. EM solution is poured in the well at the center of the field, and the water is scooped and poured. Diluted EM water is poured over the tomato seedling, then fertilized with water buffalo manure prepared EM bokashi. This tomato field is also one of the fields that contact farmer Lakmawati shared the EM skills with. When comparing tomato seedling with and without EM, we find that those with are roughly 3 times larger than those without, and it is only natural to expect the harvest to significantly increase. A large cotton plantation in Takalar. 13 of the 17 cities in South Sulawesi cultivate cotton, and 1 in 4 are cotton farmers here in Takalar. We interviewed Mr. Suradi, president of Burukumuba Cotton Factory, on the results of EM bokashi on the cotton plantations in this area. Prior to EM use, we could only harvest 1.8 tons of cotton per hectare. However, now we can get more than 4.2 tons. Since the average in Australia is 2 tons, this harvest is more than double that, he indicates. The cotton from the neighboring fields are collected at the factory here in Burukumuba. The name of the company is Kapas Garuda Putih. It means a cotton company of a white heavenly bird. This factory spreads over 42 hectares of land with 250 employees and contributes to the economy of the locale. Previously, Indonesia imported and processed cotton, and though there was domestic consumption and export, the fluctuating cost of cotton resulted in poor profit that was eventually corrected with the government stepping in to support cotton cultivation in the country. However, harvest remained stagnant since the cultivation skills weren't defined. This was when EM technology was implemented. Today, cotton farmers can hope for better results. The company grants funds to South Sulawesi to support cotton farming in even poor soil. 216 wells were dug, and seeds and EM production equipment were leased to farmers. The cotton harvested were purchased and deducted from the payment through agriculture promotion programs. At the same time, 11 EM specialists were appointed to teach neighboring farmers. We visited Mr. Lusin, a swine farmer in Denpasar, Bali Island. Mr. Lusin raises 50 pigs and 40 chicken and started using EM in his farm from a year ago. According to the Lusins, they feed their pigs raw waste that come from the hotel every day. But by the time it arrives here, the food is putrid with foul odor and flies. Neighboring residents living close by have complained about the smell, and the Lusins say they have seriously thought about quitting their business. From a year ago, they started spraying diluted EM solution on the pigs and chicken, and the complaints stopped because the odor and flies disappeared. This was previously a waste landfill. The soil was so barren that no crops would grow. However, with EM use, we can cultivate corn and raise healthy pigs and chicken. Bangli Office of the Ministry of Agriculture in Bali. Chief Riksaw is an agricultural advocate of EM technology. We went ahead to ask a few questions. Bangli has a population of 200,000, in which 70% are farmers. Orange is the major crop, but it seriously suffers from disease after 10 years of growth. We look forward to EM reviving the sweetness and quality that we once enjoyed in this crop. Our second major crop is corn, followed by vegetables. I studied EM at the Kyusei Nature Farming Center in Saraburi, Thailand. Upon my return, I explained what I learned to the mayor, whom was extremely pleased that I acquired new agricultural skills using EM. This has led to Bangli endorsing a no pesticide, no chemical fertilizer agricultural policy from 1997.
Bupati memberikan alternatif untuk mengganti teknologi kimia.
The Ministry of Agriculture, including government, agricultural affiliates, and farmers, are also ecstatic of the good results we've shown based on what we've learned through EM seminars, he says.
Harapan yang besar terhadap perkembangan teknologi EM ini.
Let's accompany Chief Riksaw on his rounds to the fields. This is a workhouse making EM bokashi for the farmers in the area. Chief Riksaw's next visit is to an orange farmer. He surveys the quality and advises the farmers. It seems the results were satisfactory. Chief Riksaw now drives through the mountain to get to the next survey site. We've arrived at Mr. Mupu Melta's swine farm. Formerly a sailor, today he is a contact farmer that studied at the EM training program in Thailand. This farm effectively utilizes this slope. In order from the top is a water tank, poultry house, swine hold, and catfish pool. EM is mixed in all the livestock water, feed, and water sprayed. Chicken manure is boiled and mixed with EM rice bran for pig feed. Pig manure is mixed with sawdust to make EM bokashi that is returned to the fields. This is a good example of successfully recycling the resources. Mr. Riksaw, Chief of Food Crops Division of Bangli District of the Ministry of Agriculture, continues to challenge his mission to spread EM and to train EM leaders of tomorrow. We're now in Busan, Korea. Busan is a beautiful harbor city that is the second largest commercial strip after Seoul. 1 million households and 3.85 million people live here. Sugyeon is 30 minutes from the heart of Busan. We will visit an entrepreneur whom has been successful in recycling raw waste. This is the apartment complex in Sugyeon. We interviewed Mr. Bae, the chairman of the Korean National Red Cross Busan chapter, who has been active in promoting raw waste recycling from several years ago. I started recycling raw waste around the Sugyeon apartment complexes from 1993 and have succeeded in reducing the waste rate to 1/5. We separate cans, bottles, and other trash and have yielded about $1,100 selling it, a source that helps us fund our activities. It is our goal to reach more than 100,000 people now that we've succeeded in encouraging farmers to use EM bokashi made of compost that has been highly appraised, he proudly emphasizes. General waste from other districts are also collected by the city garbage trucks that pick up the garbage put out. This garbage truck loaded with special equipment can mix EM bokashi into raw waste to produce EM fertilizers in the truck by the time the route is completed. Indeed, an ideal collection truck that makes fertilizers while on duty. This is a dump site in Busan under a high bridge. Waste collected from around Busan ends up here. The raw waste is then machine mixed with EM bokashi, fermented, and then recycled to local farmers as EM compost. We are now at a flower farm in Kitdanggun, Ilgan, Busan. Mr. Kim is the landlord, whom studied EM under Mr. Bei. Today, he makes quality EM bokashi used to raise his flowers. It used to cost about $4,420 per year in chemical fertilizers for the flower fields. However, we spend nothing after switching to EM. Pesticides are no longer used, making the working conditions more safe, it was also noted. In addition, disease and pests have been eradicated. The flowers are more vivid in color. They last longer and are traded at higher prices in the market, bringing us much profit, he says. Mr. Kim rejoices that EM is the best agricultural revolution that he has encountered. This is the alpine route from Gwangju to Sucheon Ueso. The majestic sight of Lake Juam appears before our eyes in the mountains. This water source is a special place that provides Gwangju's 1.3 million population with drinking water. An upstream farm village even encourages EM agriculture to protect their drinking water from the adverse effects of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, backed by the spirit of environmental protection. We are now at Suncheon Ueso Agricultural Cooperative located upstream of Lake Juam. Apprenticing under Dr. Kim of the Junnam Nature Farming Study Group, the co-op not only makes EM bokashi, but also provides it to local farmers. Mr. Chen Quen Lee, raising rice in Ueso, uses only EM bokashi without any pesticides or chemical fertilizers.
EM으로 이와 같은 보카시를 만들어서 300평당 약 한 150kg를 살포해서 이렇게 좋은 농사를 지었습니다.
It's his third year using EM, and he emphasizes his surprise of the resulting growth and quality. The rice harvested goes to Seoul and sells at 35% higher rates by using EM and increases the farm's profits. Since no pesticides or chemical fertilizers are used, it has also become extremely beneficial in cutting back on the expenses. An egg farm in Gwangju. We visited Mr. Pyeong-man Lee, the owner, after learning about his economic efficiency with EM use. Mr. Lee currently raises 22,000 chicken. Prior to EM use, 1,400 birds got sick and died in 6 months, but this has dropped to 400 birds with EM. The egg-laying period has also extended 3 months, and overall diseases have been reduced. There is no longer any need to use chemical fertilizers or antibiotics after switching to EM. This has saved the farm about $4,270 a month and cut down the poultry feeding by 5 tons as well. Unpleasant ammonia gas, previously saturating the chicken house, is also eliminated, making it easier on the eyes, and the eggs are better tasting, he says. The quality of poultry manure is improved by adding EM to their water and feed, to the point that EM is shared with neighboring farmers realizing the results. Let's see what Mr. T raising pears with EM in Kyusei nature farming techniques in Junnam Sunju City has to say. Mr. T has 15 years captain and 35 years navigation experience and today is the president of Harbor Pilot Masan. Since learning about EM 4 years ago from Dr. Kim, he uses it in his 82,500 square meter farmland, raising pear, peach, and persimmon. Now the pear trees are healthier and the fruit sweeter, moister, and larger than average without having to worry about pest either, he says. The Shinnan Park Hotel in Gwangju. They use EM in the purification tank to recycle the water with effective results. All hotel sewage is collected in the purification tank under the hotel. Samsu Wangkyung, the contractor that manages the Shinnan Park Hotel purification tank, shared their EM results with us. EM use has not only eliminated foul odor, but has also reduced the sludge in the tank to 1/10, making it possible to drain clean water from the purification tank. And since there is no longer any need to constantly aerate the tank, the electricity bill has also dropped to half of what it used to be. They were further surprised when the BOD level dropped to a mere 17 ppm with EM use, where an acceptable standard is 80 ppm. So, they have come to use the water from the tank to fill the pond and water the plants. Jeju Island in Korea is known for its mild climate and is a beautiful tourist resort surrounded by ocean. Mount Hanla at the center rises 1,950 meters in altitude, and with a population of 500,000, the island bustles with orange and flower plantations backed by the mild climate. Also famed for the landmark fall and Dolhalban, a stone sage, Jeju is the site where the nature farming study group with more than 500 members using EM technology is located. Mr. Lee, chairman of the study group, guided us to an orange farm.
私は最終度支援農法研究会の会長です。今最終度には I
am the chairman of the Nature Farming Study Group. We now have 500 members that study and use nature farming and EM. They make various crops that have improved in quality with EM use. We will continue our research to get better crops and yield, he says. Mr. Lee learned about EM in 1992. And since then, he has studied and practiced EM technology with the purpose to spread the opportunity to farmers of Jeju Island. Mr. Hyun, an orange farmer, indicates that it has only been 2 years since they started using EM, but that they feel more safer because no pesticides or chemical fertilizers are used. Simply using EM bokashi and diluted EM solution cuts down on the expenses and also boosts the quality of oranges put in the market, he notes. We are now in Sogipo, where lilies are grown in a greenhouse. Mr. Kim, the owner, has been using EM for 2 years and shares his EM results with us. Firstly, we can save about $11,000 since we no longer use chemical fertilizers or pesticides. The soil is improved with EM and the labor is halved. The flowers last longer, the coloring is more vivid and attractive, and the market value has jumped by 40% compared to pre-EM days, which has made their living more comfortable, he says.
이곳은 중국에서 만들어서 제일 가는 꽃을 만들었습니다.
Mr. Lee next took us to an orchid farm. Ms. Sun Jefo, the owner of this 7,920 square meter farm, has been using EM for 4 years and enjoys the good flower lasting quality, beautiful color results in her flowers, and the fact that her health isn't endangered with pesticides. The leaves are thicker and shinier as well, she mentions. Mr. Lee endorses EM's effects on orchid cultivation with a positive note. This is an orchid. With normal cultivation, we only get 2 flowers per stalk. However, with EM use, we get 3, 4, 5, and even 6. Since 2 flowers sell for 20,000 won, each additional flower is an extra 4,000 won, which means this entire flower is worth 28,000 won. It also flowers in 2 years instead of 3. I've never seen anything like this before, he says. EM is also used in farms of Brazil, a country in South America rich with land. EM technology is an agricultural choice that preserves the environment since no pesticides or chemical fertilizers are used. EM is mixed in fish pools, used in the river and large livestock farms, with its application expanding without boundary while promising great profits in terms of cost. President Legali of Pakistan has endorsed EM technology as a national agricultural policy.
Well, as soon as
the scientists are sure of EM, I would like our scientists to see techniques practiced in Okinawa and Thailand. When it's found that it can be used in our country, we'd like both NGO and government participation for full-scale implementation of EM in Pakistan, responded President Legali of Pakistan. Both superior in preserving the environment and recycling our natural resources, EM technology is expected to continue to spread around the world. Dr. Teruo Higa shares his view as follows.
Since 1989, when the first international conference on Kyusei nature farming was held in Thailand, Kyusei nature farming has spread from Asia to the world. EM technology, which revitalizes all kinds of things, has made possible an agriculture with safety, pleasantness, low cost, high quality, and sustainability. The source of this power is the antioxidant power, and I strongly believe that it is no longer just a dream to realize a society not of competition, but of coexistence and co-prosperity.